our comment section on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So joining us, of course, it is Martus Greyvenstein, and he's the relationship manager at King Culture. And of course, he's here to talk to us with regards to foster care conference. Good afternoon to you.
There we go. There we go. I've been wondering what's going on here. Yes, Martus Greyvenstein joining us right here on CCFM on Cruise Control. Of course, he's the relationship manager at King Culture, and he's here to talk to us about foster care conference. Afternoon to you, Martus. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
Doing well, thanks. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, man. First of all, let's start off with King Culture. For those that perhaps maybe are hearing about you guys for the very first time, what do you guys do?
Right, so King Culture is an organization working specifically in foster care with the aim to recruit families to do foster care and also to support those families. You know, we understand it can be quite a action-packed journey, to say the least, you know, so we offer various forms of support, and then we do a lot of marketing and awareness for the cause, and the foster conference is one of those.
Oh, amazing. Now talk to us with regards to the foster care conference. It will be happening on the 21st of August, and I know that you are going to give more details with regards to that, but how did that conference come about? Is it the first time you guys are hosting it, or is it an annual thing?
So the conference started in 2018. King Culture, along with some other organizations, you know, came together, and we realized, you know, there's nothing of the sort in South Africa. You know, there's no place really where industry players, any interested parties, etc., can really just come and get some more information, even if that's all that they do. So this was started in 2018, obviously, you know, last year during COVID, we had to, or during, I guess, the hard lockdown, you know, really had to improvise and make do. And this year we were kind of waiting and just kind of trying to gauge what would happen, you know, and we've gone with a virtual event where our sessions will be live streamed. And the aim of the conference is really to inspire, encourage and empower, you know, just to give people the information that they need, you know, sometimes there are, you know, some myths and some misunderstandings, or people hear stories, you know, so it's a good place to just, you know, come out with the way it is.
Yeah. And I mean, someone could be listening in today and they're like, is it still relevant? You know, talk to us with regards to that. Maybe just put it into perspective for those that might be thinking that.
Sure. So, I mean, I think most people would realize that South Africa, unfortunately, is home to in excess of 3 million orphans and vulnerable children. And that's really a sad and grave statistic. So not all of those children can be adopted, you know, even with our best intentions. Not every child that is vulnerable or, you know, comes out of certain circumstances can be adopted. They need alternative care. You know, that's kind of the word that is used. You know, they need care other than the situation that they've come out of, whatever that might be. And that's typically foster care. Now, foster care can take on some different forms. Now, what King Culture does, you know, we're big on family. We want to see children raised in families as opposed to institutions. So, you know, we try our very best, you know, to see children placed in families. Yeah.
Now, you are a relationship manager, so that means you deal with a lot of relationships, or, you know, mother to daughter, father to daughter, or what kind of any other relationship and all of that. How important is for a child to be adopted into a family that is really ready to take care of that child as their own, and not even, you know, love them as their own and really give them the best?
I mean, exactly that. So foster care as opposed to adoption, is there's a lot of giving taking place. This child does not become your child as they would in adoption. So foster care really taking care of a child, which is not specifically yours. So, and it's really a noble thing, that we see families doing, is they're putting up their hands and saying, we don't know what it might look like, and we don't know what the future might hold, but we're willing to take a child into our care so that they can experience family, that they can experience love, and ultimately have the hope of a bright future.
And that is so, so important. Talk to us about, I know you mentioned how it's such a need in South Africa, but talk to us about any, what do you call it, praise reports, where people have, spoken to you, be like, hey, listen, a life was changed for good there. And thank you so much. Sometimes we go into this thinking that we are going to change a little boy or a little girl's life, but we end up, the person that's giving, they end up their lives being changed, and like, shoo, I actually never knew that. I actually needed this. And thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, this journey, is really, as I alluded to before, quite a noble one, but it's one that we draw great inspiration from. These are really, families which we've been able to recruit. They come from all walks of life, all stages of life. I've really been inspired, just to see some stories of elderly couples. They're kind of hitting their 50s, reaching the back end of their careers. They're getting ready to, enjoy, what they've been able to build over the last number of years. And then within that framework, they're taking the child into foster care. So, while they could be taking it easy, they could be, taking some extended leave, traveling, buying all the nice stuff. They're choosing to look after a child in need. They're choosing to look after a child that is not even their own. So, that's really inspiring. And we often hear stories, of children who've come out of very difficult situations, placed in a family, placed with a mom and dad who love them, and who care for them, and they're placed in a school where they can excel. They are placed within a Christian community. Oftentimes children giving their lives to Christ for the first time, little children connecting with a father figure for the first time in their lives. Those kind of stories are really makes it worthwhile. But there are certainly stories that are really difficult to hear as well. Just because it's the situations sometimes are quite challenging, and Kin Culture really is passionate about walking the road with families, and assisting where possible.
Yeah, and we need that. We need that in our country. Talk to us for someone that would like to attend the conference. Actually, how do they go about doing that? Share the details with us, please.
Sure. So the Foster Conference is exactly, the place to come if you're looking for, just to learn some more, maybe take something back to your church. Maybe God's been speaking to you, maybe you just feel you need to come, or, we've got some really quality speakers on board this year, and on a wide range of topics. One speaker is a pastor from the US. He'll be sharing their story of how they dealt with foster care in their communities. And then we have a lot of what we deal with in foster care relates to trauma experienced by the children. And that kind of plays a massive role. So we have some speakers on that as well. Topic. And we have a panel of experts, which will be social workers and people really working in that. In the sector, the hands-on grassroots kind of stuff, and also families. A panel of families will be sharing their story, and those are really the right people to speak to. And if you want to get some inspiration and maybe a tear or two, you will definitely enjoy the panel of families. So, you can head over to Facebook, to our Facebook page. It's on Kin Culture's Facebook page. If under events, you can find all the right links under events on our Facebook page. And you can also go to Quicket. I'm assuming most people know Quicket. And you can just search South African Foster Conference, and you can find it there, and you can sign up. Tickets are 95 Rand. It'll be from 8:30 till approximately lunchtime. And the events will be streamed.
And it will be happening on the 21st of August, right?
Correct. Yeah, 21st of August, and we're really encouraging people to come along. Join us for the event. Even maybe home groups or small groups. Get some friends together, get your church together, and join in on the conference. It would be good to have you.
Yeah. And in closing, Martus, talk to us about what should one consider when they're thinking of fostering.
So I think when you consider fostering, and this is kind of the space where Kin Culture plays. Kin Culture's only been around for approximately the past 8 years, and people have been fostering for a long time, and even before the organization's existence. But you could imagine it is sometimes if you get into the stuff, the journey is uncertain. It's like like when you feel convinced about something, but the practicalities are just there. It's quite tough. So, that's the road that Kin Culture walks, and is to assist with different kinds of needs, and from counseling to moral support to spiritual support and a lot of physical stuff as well. So, and I think probably the main thing that I would leave with listeners would be, this is a great opportunity as Christians is to give. This isn't really anything to do with me and what I want, and how I want to put this picture together. This in terms of foster care, it's really something where you're able to give a home and a family to a child. And it's, I guess it is very beneficial to just to you as a person, but even more to this child.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for talking to us this afternoon. People are asking for your number or how they can actually get in contact with you guys, Kin Culture. Please share with us details, social media handles, number that they perhaps can call, and also how they can be a part of helping you guys and being a part of just making an impact and a difference out there.
Yeah, sure. So you can definitely on social media, you can find Kin Culture, Facebook, Instagram. Our website is www.kinculture.org. You can email us at info@kinculture.org again. And then should I give my number?
Oh, yes, if you can, if you don't mind. Remember, that's the number they're going to use to contact you if they want more details with regards to Kin Culture.
Sure. So the number would be 074 101 0659. You're welcome to contact me, even if it's with a key. Then also, we've got a team of social workers, again, as I said, who deal with the hands-on stuff and who are far more knowledgeable than I am about what happens with foster care. And I'll definitely put you in touch.
Okay. Thank you so much, Martus, for talking to us this afternoon. We truly do appreciate it. And thank you for the amazing work that you guys are doing out there. You are definitely making an impact and a difference. And the thing is, with young kids, they always remember, because they take it into adulthood to be like, you know what? That woman, that man, that family, they made a difference in my life and planted a seed at some point in my life. So thank you so much.
Great. Thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
Lovely stuff. That was Martus, of course. He is the manager at King Culture, and he was talking about the foster care conference. So make sure that you go and visit their website, which is www.kingculture.org, and you'll be able to find everything that you need there, as well as more information.